Hey family, really quick update today. One, I have my entire new training plan all mapped out now for the next phase of this weight loss, fat loss journey. This week was super frustrating. I definitely got down on myself about the scale. I wrote a little bit about it, so be sure to check that out. But a couple things that I'm going to be posting early next week are going to be one about the layout of my new training plan and just what it looks like, what all I'm going to be focusing on. And then I'm also going to be posting about the fact that I am changing my macros. Like I mentioned in a previous video that I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't want to jump the gun. So I am going to be changing them. And like I said, I'm actually going to be upping them. So a lot of times when somebody hits a plateau, their first instinct is to lower their calories or take in less, so they're increasing their caloric deficit. I'm actually going to be doing the opposite. I'm going to be increasing my calories just a little bit. I did a mini test day. I did like a refeed day where I ate a little bit more than I have been, and sure enough, I lost the next day. Now, it's not always linear. It's not always day to day. What you did today equals what happens tomorrow on the scale. But I do feel, with the way I'm training right now, with my workouts and just kind of how things are going, like I'm in a good spot where I think I need to be eating a little bit more. So just to give you a sense of it, I was right around like 1,560 calories or so, 1,560. I'm going to be going up to about 1,750. So I'm going up about 200 calories a day, which for a lot of people, if they're trying to lose weight, might scare them. But I know my body and I know macros. If there is one thing I know really well, it's macros and how they work with the body. And I may not be perfect at everything, and I may not have all the knowledge about everything, but something I've spent a ton of time learning and honing my skills on is on getting the macros right. And I know that I need to up them. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing. So I'm starting that today. I'll be eating 1,750 today and going forward, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that next week, as well as my next stage of the training plan. So today's blog post is about just a couple of protein, I don't even want to call them recipes, just a couple of things I do to get in some more protein. So I suggested in a previous post about how to track your macros that I suggest to my clients that you start by tracking a fun food. So if I'm going to sit down today and plan out my food for tomorrow, I'm going to start with a fun food, probably a donut or chocolate or something like that, maybe chips and salsa, something that I'm going to really want. And then the very next thing I track is food that will provide the macro that I have the hardest time hitting. So for me, that's often my fats. I have a hard time hitting my fats, so I try to map those out. Before, when I was first starting, it was always my proteins. I really struggled to get in enough protein. But now I've figured out ways to have snacks that have protein, so I'm getting in enough protein all throughout the day, and that has helped me a ton. So I threw a few quick protein, again, not even really recipes, ideas into the blog post today, so check that out. And then if you're not on the email list yet, make sure you get on there, because I'm going to be sending out more recipes and stuff like that weekly in the newsletter, okay? So have a great Saturday, have a great rest of the weekend. Check your email tomorrow for the Sunday Fun Day newsletter, and I will see you in the blog again on Monday. Have a good weekend, guys.